since being a little boy, I have dreamt of having a beautiful garden just like my nana. And part of that dream was to sink an underground cinema room right here so you could look into a massive British pond. Now, I have been a professional landscaper for 7 years and we have literally changed lives all over the country.
Oh my God.
But now it's time to change my own. But thanks to this drain that is connected to pretty much all the houses in this neighbourhood, that dream has been halted. Now the drain runs directly through the centre of where I want to put the pond. Now United Utilities are coming out today, so at the end of this video we should have an update. So until then, we've got a little bit of work to do at the front. Let's go.
Put all your stuff away and check out for the day. There's no time to waste when it's 100 degrees. Burns under my feet. Won't you have a drink with me? We head into town, see what it's about. Barely need a shirt, though the sun has almost set. Make the most of it. I know we will dance and sing. There's a heat wave. There's a heat wave rolling in.
Need some gloves. It is now time to put these bits of steel together, and to do it, they've got little tabs on them like so. You slide them up, clip them in. We're going to connect them all up, find the curve that we really want to make sure it matches nice and so, haunch it in, locking it in. Then we're going to let it dry for a bit, let the concrete go off, then we can start to build this area up with soil. So now what I want to do is I want to push this to the end of the house so it's bang on, and then put the mix in. Evenly spread mix right along like so, and then when I'm happy with it, and then put a little bit of pressure on a 45-degree angle like that, and it kind of locks it in place. And then I'll do the other side. Problem, the soil hasn't arrived. I've used my time very wisely and I've been to the garden centre to go to the fish lounge to pick up some bits for the pond, because I don't know if you can see, it's gone slightly green a little bit, and that is because it's sat in the sun all day, the algae produces, so I've got some stuff to compensate that. First one being water lettuce. It's a natural way of keeping on top of it. I've also got some daphnia, little bugs. This also eats the algae as well, and these breed. And then we've got one more little treat for the little buggers, some bloodworms. How beautiful are they? There is one more thing to put in this beautiful pond. Water lily, aka I am now the lily sheriff. Greg, if you're watching this, I thought, do you know what? I'm not bothered about seeing the fish. I want the fish to feel like they are protected. So we're now going to put this in. Tomorrow, or the next couple of days, these lilies will sit on top, like so.
So we've successfully moved the fish from the old pond to the new temporary pond, but my concern is that we've had loads and loads of comments and messages regarding the well-being and the water. So I'll be honest with you, it upset me a little bit. So I have sent Mark off to go and get some sort of kit to test the water, just to make sure that everything's going to be okay.
Now it's time to test our water. Now, one of the many things people were saying was it not being safe to put the fish in straight away. However, we did use this stuff, which is, it primes the water. So this is a test kit that essentially tells us what our water will look like. And what he told me to test was the KH. So I need a test tube and I need my syringe. What he did say is 5 ml of water. So we're going to put it in. We need 1 drop of this stuff, which is the KH. 1 drop. Oh, it's gone blue. So on the back here, it tells you KH, which is there. So we want it to go yellow. We want it to be between 6 and 8 drops to make it yellow is perfect. Still blue. Now the drop that we put in at the start doesn't count as one of your drops apparently. 3, 4, 5, so 5 drops.
That's yellow.
I'd probably say that's yellow. KH is 5. So this guy, he's called the fish room. So he said to drop him a message.
Hello, the fish room.
Hi buddy, you alright? It's Mark. Good mate. So I've just tested my KH and it was 5 drops.
Perfect.
Is that
That's That's all right for the time being, based on what the rest of them will be.
Yeah.
So do pH and the 3 toxins. Because it's kind of brand new,
Yeah.
just test ammonia and pH.
So I'm going to test pH now.
Which I think is 5 drops.
5 drops.
Make sure you give the bottle a really good shake before you add it. That will probably be, well, if that's tap water, maybe bluey green or even blue.
Right, I'm going to do it right now. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 drops. And then is this one that takes a while to do, or is it?
No, this is instant.
That is like a bluey colour, light blue.
Okay, so that'll be about 7, 7.5. That's pretty much bang on neutral.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the last test that he wants us to do. So for all the people that said on social media that the fish should be dead and all that, 2 out of the 3 tests that he wants us to do have all been perfect. We'll see you in 10 minutes. Now what I am going to do in the meantime of waiting 10 minutes, I'm going to put a cap full of this in. So this is beneficial bacteria. So I'm going to put that in the top there and let it all mix in. Test results are back and it is not great. So what the lovely gentleman from the fish room has just said is we need to take a bucket out of here, tip that away, put a fresh bucket in using the beneficial bacteria, and over 5 days do another test, and that should be better. All the other tests are absolutely bang on the money. Now still to come in this video, we've got to destroy and get rid of the old pond, and we've also got to decorate all this with beautiful plants. So I'll see you in 3, 2. The soil has arrived, so let's get it in. We've got the 2 main plants in, so that is going to grow big and bushy in that corner. We've got our beautiful feature. Now we've got all these stunning plants from One Click, which we're going to install now. Now, if you are looking to buy plants for your garden this year, next year, the year after, make sure that you go and see Dylan at One Click and use the code MARK10. Now, I'm not sponsored off Dylan. He doesn't pay me to say this. He's just a young lad with a big dream, and we can fulfill that dream for him. Right, time to get all these plants in. And there we have it, a beautiful new front of the house water feature surrounded by beautiful plants. I've given all the bowl a wash because it had a bit of green on it. I have ordered a UV filter, but I've just spoke to Greg and he said to get a parasol, which is perfect because Tina said she would like a bench here. Now the entire plan is to strip all the driveway back, permeable concrete, beautiful resin, which leads me on to the next thing to do. Gates. Now as you can see, we're on a main road, which is pretty dangerous because I've got 2 dogs. One of them, Bonnie, as you may know, is an absolute terror and she's always going out wandering. So I'm going to put some gates in, but not just any gates. I'm going to try and create the most advanced driveway ever made. Automatic gates, intercom system, lights that when you drive into the property follow you down the driveway. How cool would that be? I want to try and get a security system so when you come in, laser beams detect you and then an alarm goes off. That will be the next biggest job. But before I put gates in, I need to remove this pond and get rid of all the shrapnel from it, and I also need to move all this grass and spoil. This is where the outdoor kitchen is going to be. I'm also thinking, I don't know if it's too much having too many kind of areas to sit down in, but we've got outdoor kitchen. I want planters up the sides to create depth. Right, on to the next thing. Sit rep, big job on this morning. Let me just get out the shadow. So already me and Tina have been getting rid of all the crap off the front of the drive because someone's here. Well, this is Mark. Hi. Hi. And then we've got our celebrity guest of the day, Joshy boy. Hello. Josh has come to do some what?
Stump grinding.
But before Josh gets a stump grinder out of his van, I have some machinery to move out the way. We have moved all the excess rubbish off the drive. Well, so everyone can park on the drive next week. Let's get rid of some stumps.
Trying to stay alive, I'm eating minerals and vitamins. I tell the
Stump number 1, absolutely demolished. It's mega with that new engine, isn't it?
time can tell the nights prevail, we slice it thin. I've been a fool, I'm witnessing.
Stump number 2 disappeared. Now obviously I will put Josh's details in the description below. However, you've started to do the finger lines now, haven't you? So do you do much normal work? Monday, Thursdays, domestic work. So if you've got any stumps or trees around the Manchester area, drop him a message. His details will be in the description below. Right, on to the next stage. And that next thing is planning the electrics with my boy Joshy. He's come down on a Saturday because we need to get the electrics in different parts of the garden, but we need to put them in knowing what we're going to build. I'm going to walk Josh through my plans now to tell him kind of what the idea is and him tell me how expensive it's going to be, and then me try and bribe him to do it cheaper. So I'll speak to you in a minute. We need a power cable, a data cable, and then we also need, well, we can run the lights. So what I'm thinking of doing is when you drive in, we have lights up both of the sides, and as you drive in, the lights go on.
Yeah, you can do that as it's, so you can use the gate activation to then, once you get past the point, you can delay it. So gates open, and then it takes like 20 seconds. Yeah. And then 20 seconds, all of a sudden there's a delay in it.
Do we use my outbuilding as a main hub for everything? Because it'd be so much easier to dig just a path right down here, and we use that as a central hub.
Alright. So one of these is going to be for, there's one for the shed, one for the garage?
Yes, there is one going into the shed.
That one?
Yeah, there was power in all 4 buildings, but I reckon that big one goes to the big shed.
That one goes to that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Right, so this flooring, it's not how it would have been when it was built, so we'll have to empty this out and then we'll have to take up the flooring. Pretty sure, because there's a couple of air bricks, I'm pretty sure there's a cavity underneath.
So we've got roughly an hour before United Utilities get here and give us that massive decision. So before then, I'm going to try and rip out all the old pond. The pond completely destroyed, and we've got some news from United Utilities, so I'm going to show you. So this is the plan for the garden. So as it stands right now, the kind of poo pipe comes in like this. That is our hatch right there. Now what United Utilities have said, it may be possible to divert it from here to here. So it means that I would be able to put the container in a slightly different location here with a window there. Now what they've said is it's not a yes and it's also not a no. They really do want to try and work with me. Now I would love to do some sustainability pieces with them, because the whole reason that my drain floods is because people that have had all the extensions built on the houses down there have had their rainwater plumbed into their waste. So then when it rains heavily, it then bursts our drain because it's the lowest place in the kind of local area. We're going to try and work together to try and recreate or redirect all this waste pipe like that. They're not promising, but they are going to try.
Oi, YouTube telling you to watch this video now.